Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us for another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. We're at our favorite Irish pub here in Austin, Texas, BD Riley's. After beating the Spurs 4-2, should have been more, should have been less for them. But anyway, we got the 3 points at this stage of the season. We're just
having a laugh.
Having a laugh. We're having a laugh, lads. But I guess the question coming into the match, guys, and I'm joined by this Scottish dude, John Murphy, and this Scottish dude, Jono, as you guys all know. But anyway, the question coming into the match today was, would Salah start after the kind of kerfuffle of the last game? I don't think there was any question he was going to start.
Yeah, I mean, Stevie, it was one of those ones where I was very surprised that it didn't come out that Salah or, dare I say it, some rag tabloid came out and basically spilled the beans, right? I think it's really good that Klopp and him managed to just keep it under wraps. Yeah, it wasn't a good look. Really, really bad from a Liverpool perspective. I think it just made us look like shit, to be honest, right?
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that really epitomizes the whole tenure of Klopp, that he's kept things under wrap. It hasn't been a Manchester United or Chelsea kind of locker room where things get out in the public. Jono, I think it happened. They dealt with it, and you didn't hear anything. I mean, of course, I think Salah came into the game starting and had a point to prove.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think for a minute it would be a big deal after Klopp and Salah. It's frustrating, it's annoying, but once it had happened, Klopp's too much of a presence to let that kind of be a distraction. So it was annoying, but yeah, I was fully expecting him at the start.
And I mean, at the end of the day, Stevie, you can look at it two ways, right? It's not a good reflection on the club. However, the flip side is it shows passion, right? Even at the end of the season, we're 99% sure we're not going to win the league. But at the end of the day, you could see the passion both from Klopp and Salah. Yep, wasn't the ideal place to do it, but that's just what it epitomised, the fact that Salah actually still cares about it, and, whatever was said was said.
Give me the guys that play with passion every game, that hate losing, they hate that they don't start, that they don't get the minutes any day, than somebody that's just like there to make the numbers and down tools. And we've seen other teams and other players down tools at the end of the season where there's nothing to play for, and we have Salah that's really pissed off and he didn't start previously, and he came in today. And I think the whole team, they had a mission today to really come out of the gates playing hard, and we were all over him from the very beginning, John.
Oh yeah, it was a little frustrating once we got the first that we didn't maybe get the second sooner, but it was great to see them playing a little more freedom. You kind of thought it might happen against Spurs because they're so open, and also once the pressure was off, we kind of all expected a little bit more of an open game. But it was good to see, and for most of the game we kind of defended well, didn't give them too many chances. Would have been nice to finish a couple more earlier, but I think it gave a lot of confidence to the whole team in the way they were playing.
We brought in Soboslai, obviously hadn't been on form recently, so bringing Elliott to the to midfield, where I always think he's better there than up front as a right wing in place of Salah. I mean, he's just that type of player. He wants to be on the ball. He's so good technically,
yep.
And he puts in a shift every single time. And again today, he was very sublime. I thought Kwanzaa played a great game in the back, and just shows that, a lot of supporters have really slated him since that Man United game where he made that one pass. But to just focus on that one thing versus what he's contributed this whole season, and I thought he was immense in the back. Looked very comfortable, breaking the lines a few times, a la Matip, bringing us into the front foot. I thought he played very well, but it's just the obviously Gapco starting up front, Salah and Diaz. The forwards are so interchangeable. But it was so good to see us on the front foot at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, Stevie, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, at the end of the day, this was a dead rubber, right, for the most part, right? we know we're not going to win the league, but it was really, really encouraging to see from front to back how the team embraced that game today and actually came out. They looked like it was a cup final. Yeah, not great, losing a couple of goals at the end, but you can kind of oversee that because we absolutely destroyed Spurs. And let's not forget, Ange Postecoglou, brilliant manager at Celtic, won every trophy at Celtic. Nobody knew who he was. Everyone's laughing when he went to Spurs. He's got them flying. Spurs haven't been great only because of the injuries that they've had for the season. I mean, a fully fit Spurs squad would be contenders for the title with that manager. So he's got the bit-part players playing well. But from our perspective, it was more just, hey, it's good to see that the team are really playing well and still acting like it means something, you know what I mean?
Well, they won the league in week 4 when they beat us when we only had 9 men. And they beat us because of an own goal, and they celebrated like they won the league, Jono, in week 4. So I know that on our previous podcast, my co-host said there's no kind of revenge in the minds of the players. But Klopp already said he had 500 reasons to beat this team, and that game was in the midst of it. And I think they did come out and saying, hey, we want to prove a point.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think it was like revenge against Spurs so much as it was revenge for that game. I mean, obviously it wasn't really a Spurs team that did anything in that game wrong. It was, it was just the way it happened. And I think for that reason, they came out pretty determined to kind of try and right that. But yeah, I mean, they're playing with freedom. So delighted for Harvey Elliott getting that beautiful, beautiful goal. Salah's ball to him, he had forced him to skip past the challenge, first thing, and then that was such a beautiful goal. Thought he was excellent. Lovely to see Robbo top. He's got, one of the top scorers now in the last 2 games, Nicely
destroyed Germany.
Nicely primed.
The Euros.
Yeah, and like Jono said, he's gearing up for the Euros. But even Robbo can't miss from where he get that goal, right?
I think we could all tap that one in.
Maybe, I don't know.
But it was good to see Salah get the first goal.
Yep.
And you could just see what a relief it was, and what it meant to him, what it meant to Klopp, what it meant to the players, what it meant to the fans to see Salah score that goal. Then obviously Robbo getting his goal. And then Elliott's what a world-class goal. And it was one of those, remember when Salah used to hit those in the top corner like that?
No, 100%. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, Salah getting his goal, let's just see what the headlines say tomorrow, right? From a Liverpool perspective, I think they all agree that that kind of put the him and Klopp bust up to bed today, right? You score a goal, you're all pals again, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that kind of mentality, especially at that level. Like, you can't let it affect the next game, right? He came back into the lineup. I thought Salah in that first half was all over the place. He was pressing, and I think he hasn't really been that type of player in the last few weeks where he was pressing. Today he looked 100% fit, and he was harassing people. He was strong on the ball, making good decisions, and it was just good to see that type of play. And then, we kind of took the foot off the gas and making subs in the second half. It was good to see Badger come in. Gomez cuts to come in. He's so hard luck he's not getting more minutes, but they come in and really affected the way we were playing defensively. Yeah. But, luckily we had 4-goal cushion at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the subs because I wanted to see Badger come in and see how he would do at the 6. It's been so long. I feel like, we've said it many times, I feel like he could be our future number 6. So I want to see him get minutes. He looked a little bit positionally, maybe a couple of times, maybe dove in a couple of times, but, he had a couple of nice turns where he got hacked down. So, and then Gomez coming in, it's good to see, obviously looking to rest Robbo. And I think we'll see those types of subs for the last couple of games. He'll start his main guys and then try and give minutes to, I like to see Gravenberch come on. I like to see Nunes come on. I thought there was space. Unfortunately, Nunes still could have ended up with a goal and an assist. But, being Nunes, he hits the keeper again. But I liked it. And even though we did give up a couple of goals, I wasn't too upset. It probably threw off our tactics a little bit. But at that point, when you're 4-0 up, you've got to give guys minutes, basically.
Yeah, you definitely have to get those guys. I mean, it was surprising to see Pubchat come in with 30 minutes left versus like 15 minutes, but it was good to see him on the pitch. He's been out for so long. He was such a key player for us last season. And the fact that, I want to give kudos to Endo for some people out there that don't really like Endo. But, man, I thought he was so strong in the middle. The way his positional sense. And today, there's the turns out of the back. I think they all played well. I think it was a free-flowing game. I mean, Spurs had to really win this game. They're trying to fight for Euro spots. We've already gotten the Champions League. But after the last game, I know the impetus was us put in a good performance. It's the second to last game for Klopp. So it was good to get on the Spurs game. And, it was never going to be 4-0 at the end. It was always going to – Spurs was always going to come back. Son is such a great player, and 3 or 4 years ago that he'd have been a perfect player for us.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I kind of go back, Stevie, to what I said earlier about, it was a tough game. It was going to be it could have been a very, very tough game today. And I think right from the get-go, right out the traps, we did a really good job of just putting them to bed because, if it got to 50, 60 minutes in, it was 0-0, the crowd getting a wee bit tetchy, it wouldn't have been good. But honestly, from the get-go, we just looked like we were still interested. And like I said earlier, it was exactly what we needed today from a Liverpool perspective. Exactly what we needed.
And it looked like a great day out in Liverpool. We have a few mates out there watching the game today, so hopefully they had a great experience. And, as we wind this down, I think these last couple games would be a very good time to see some of these players back there just get some more minutes. And who knows, we have a new gaffer coming in, and the whole thing may be gutted. Who knows what's happening? We have a lot of people on loan coming back. But right now, we celebrate. Anytime you beat Spurs, you celebrate it. 100%. The pints taste good. Yep. So as we wrap up, we're going to put a poll in the comments. Whose Scottish accent did you like better, Murphy's or Jono's?
Scottish accent, upper class Scottish accent.
Oh, we got the
class, upper class.
Posh over here, prawn sandwich accents.
Posh wanker, good guy.
Hanson, Dalglish.
Oh,
that's a no-brainer. Of course it's Dalglish, everyone.
No,
get yourself back to Edinburgh.
He's more Soonest over here, right? Maybe. All right, but hey, there's a good crack today at the pub. It was great weather, and so we want to thank you guys for joining us, being supporters of our channel. Please subscribe, put on the notifications, comment. This accent or my accent. Hey, if I win this one, you guys are something's wrong. So anyway, cheers. We'll see you then next time.
Cheers, troops.